So now it's time for our lineup predictions, and as we mentioned earlier, Sarah said there are no injury concerns. So what are you thinking in terms of lineup? Obviously, as you said, we want to see some rotation.
First thing, Caballero's probably going to start again.
I think that's true. I think Tottenham, he was really good. I think he looked solid at goal.
No, here's the thing. I'm not going to say anything about Caballero's performance in a bad way, but Spurs didn't even have a shot on target, let's be honest.
Closest they got was wings.
But he did have a good game, and I'd be perfectly comfortable with him starting. Yeah. So Willy Caballero goes in for me.
Yeah. I'm going to start with left back because right back may take a while in terms of discussion. But left back, I think who started against Fulham? It was Emerson. Is he going to play again?
Nah, put Alonso in. Put Alonso in, and then we can play Emerson against Wolves.
Yeah.
No, because here's the thing. Look at the way Wolves play. They love to hit you on the break and they hit you with pegs. If they go down that left-hand side and Alonso's playing, boy...
It's not even that, it's one player for me. And I know he was playing out of position he started out of position against whoever they were playing last, Everton or Cardiff, whoever they were playing, I think they were playing Cardiff last. Traore. That's giving me nightmares, watching Traore run circles around Alonso. So yeah, I think Alonso's got to play.
Yeah, let's play Alonso on Thursday, it's a much safer option.
It is. Centre-backs. I can see it being the same as it was against... actually, I can see it being Luiz and Christensen, giving Rudiger a break.
Here's the thing, I don't mind whichever one out Luiz or Rudiger starts.
No.
But Christensen needs to start.
Yeah.
Because we know Gary Cahill isn't going to start.
Ampadu's got a better chance of starting against him. Ampadu wouldn't be a bad shout, to be fair.
Hey, if we wrap up the first leg, throw him out in the second leg.
Yeah, I think that... For me, I'd obviously, David Luiz rest against Fulham. I'd rest Rudiger against Kiev, saying both of them can start against Wolves, fully fresh or fresh for the most part. And yeah, it just allows a bit of rotation. I think Rudiger's played most, if not every game for us so far, has he?
Every game?
I know that he hasn't probably played every game, but I'm pretty sure he's played most games. So I'd definitely give him a rest for now. So what are we saying? Excuse me. What are we saying? David Luiz and Christensen?
Yeah, I'll go David Luiz and Christensen.
And then right back. What are the chances he plays Zappacosta?
I don't know, you know. Now, did Zappacosta play the first leg against Malmo?
No, he didn't play at all.
Okay, I think that's Palaqueta then.
Okay. My next point after that, because I thought that'd be my answer. How long will it be before Azpilicueta gets injured? Because of the rate we're going, he's probably going to get an injury soon.
No, because here's the thing, Azpilicueta always plays a lot of minutes for us. When we won the league in Conte's first season, he played every minute.
But he was playing at centre-back, and there was less movement as well.
Pull my chair back in.
That's cool. I think that there was less movement required in that season under Conte. Obviously, it was a defensive system. He was playing in 3-back. Particularly with the game against Tottenham where he pulled up a cramp, I don't believe he had any problems in Fulham. I worry that he could end up getting injured this season.
I think for right back, it's the case of the same thing with Ampadu. Kill the game off in the first leg, I'd throw Zappacosta out in the second leg. But I think we do want that mixture of first team players because we need this tie thrown out quickly, let's be honest.
Do you know what I'd be tempted to do? It's probably a waste of a substitution, but I'd be half tempted to play Azpi for the first 45 and bring Zappacosta for the next 45.
I don't even think that's a waste of a substitution. I'd do it. Rest him. If you want to give him rest, 45 minutes, then put Zappacosta on. It's a good idea.
That's our back 5. Go for it. Caballero, Alonso was saying, David Luiz, Christensen, and Azpilicueta probably, which is deeply depressing. Midfield 3. Jorginho and Kante, I think, are definitely going to start, aren't they? As you said, first leg, get it out of the way.
I don't know.
Is he going to start Kovacic?
With Jorginho, there's still the case of him handling intensity, so I think it'd be good to give him a break, put Kovacic in.
I can see that. I can see, especially with him getting, I think he got 60, 70 minutes against Malmo in that position. I can see him starting there again.
Yeah. Kovacic ain't bad in that position. Obviously, Jorginho is a lot more suited. But for backup, Kovacic isn't that bad in that position.
I think the only thing we lack is shape. Like, with his movement, it ends up...
Shape and creativity.
Yeah. But yeah, Kante for me definitely starting.
Yeah,
Right.
Kante has to start.
I can see it being in a similar situation. Malmo plays all the first leg, second leg he probably doesn't play, or he plays only some of it.
Yeah, I agree. Kante needs to start. We still need that mix of first team players. So put Kante in because, again, I want him. I'll go into it later when we go into tags, but I do want starting players starting.
Yeah. Other centre midfielder. You know what's going on with some of that? Loftus-Cheek?
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek needs to
got
start. Here's the thing. Like I know Sarri's looking to push Loftus-Cheek in slowly from his back injury, but
Surely that's passed by now,
that's the thing. That's the thing. We haven't heard a lot from it, and I'm thinking like just in case of because we haven't heard any update on it, he should be better by now. I mean, if he isn't, obviously don't play him.
No, but
if he is, he should be playing.
When was the cup game? That was a week Sunday, wasn't it?
FA Cup final.
The
Carabao Cup final. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in the FA Cup, unfortunately. So that was what? That was a week ago Sunday. So that's nearly 2 weeks where he's been slowly eased in. It's about a week and a half. He was eased in against City. Didn't play against Tottenham, did he? Or did he come in?
Yeah, I think he came on as a sub.
Last few minutes. I think that was the same case with Fulham.
Yeah.
He's been eased in slowly. That's a week and a half. Surely you'd think
I think the Europa League, it's the perfect time to ease him into a starting position. Because, let's be real, out of him, Barkley and Kovacic, I think he's the best one out that position.
Yeah, I'd say Barkley for me is... I think it's as you said, he's a low-risk transfer. He's a decent squad player, but he's not a starter.
Exactly. No hate to Barkley. It was a very smart transfer to make for the price it was, but it's a failure. Let's try and get profit off him and move on.
Yeah. And I think, as you said, Kovacic...
He's a Real Madrid player.
Exactly. Number 2, for me, he's more where Jorginho is. I feel like him playing on that left side doesn't really work as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got to be Loftus-Cheek. We've either got to make it so he is going to be our starting centre mid, or he is an adequate backup for if we get someone in the summer.
Yeah.
Either or. And at the minute, I wouldn't say he's getting enough minutes to be either.
Honestly, like the sooner we get him starting regularly, I can't wait for it because he's the only one that actually tries to take shots. Ross Barkley tries, but no offence, half of them are going into shed upper, and Kovacic is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
He will not shoot.
I don't think it's just that. I think with Barkley, he'll take shots, but his tactical awareness on the pitch and positional awareness is dreadful. Like, he doesn't look like he's got a footballing brain at all. And for me, Ruben looks like he's got that. Ruben looks like he understands the game quite well.
I think the difference is just confidence. Ross Barkley doesn't look confident in the system. Most of his passes are played safely or they're lost. He hasn't really got much of an impact in terms of goals and assists. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is willing to take the game for himself. I remember when we lost 4-0 against Bournemouth and he was the only guy who was actually making runs in behind and he was the centre mid. Loftus-Cheek is always willing to be that guy who's going to try and win the game for us, and that's the difference between him and the other two.
Yeah, so I think Loftus-Cheek's got to be starting. I'm just going to say Giroud's definitely going to start up front.
Yeah.
I think he's got to. Wingers. Is Hazard going to start, do you think?
I'd want him to start. Like I was going to build on to saying I want him to start, but just thinking about it, he was tired against Spurs.
Tired against
Fulham, he wasn't bad, but you could see he was still a bit tired. I think...
Having full strength for Wolves?
Yeah. In fact, don't play Hazard. I want us to kill the game off early, but I'd personally be putting Willian on the left and Hudson-Odoi on the right.
That's actually a very good shout. I'd agree with that. Only thing is, I think Pedro will play instead of Hudson-Odoi. As bad as it is.
No, Willian started against Fulham.
Yeah, and then Pedro came on, didn't he?
But here's the thing,
was it William?
No, Pedro came on. Pedro did come on.
Was it Pedro that came on?
Now, here's the thing, because I'm really sure... No, it was in the top of my head. With Willian, he's been played at left wing, but I don't really think I've seen Pedro being played at left wing this season.
No. I think it just works for there because they can both cut in on their stronger foot if they play where they play. So if both of them play, and Willian on the left and Pedro on the right, like we saw against Tottenham, where he's able to cut in and he's very good with both feet.
I know, but in a case of predicting, we just haven't seen Pedro on the left side enough. I don't think he's going to be played there. So I'm thinking it's just going to be Willian and Hudson-Odoi.
I think if Willian plays, he'll play on the left.
Yeah.
If Hazard doesn't play, Willian will play on the left. That's why I'm saying I think Willian and Pedro will both start.
Oh, you think Hudson-Odoi... Oh, yeah, because Sarri's quotes today, like he said, Sarri's quotes were hinting that Hudson-Odoi may not start.
If he doesn't start, like this is getting silly. I was tempted to include this sort of as a major point in this, but we talked about it so much that there's kind of no point. It's just getting silly at this point.
Here's the thing. I'm sorry, but there's no real way to defend it. Like I was saying after we beat Malmo in the second leg, Hudson-Odoi's shown that he's our best right winger. He's got more consistency than Pedro, and he's got more of an impact than Willian. Now, I'm not saying he needs to start every game because I understand the stamina from development level to first team is a big jump, and that needs to improve.
That's the thing.
But he needs to be getting minutes. And if he doesn't get minutes in Europa League football, you're not helping yourself.
I think that's the thing. Even you look, even loftus-cheek last year with Palace, he wasn't playing every game. He was playing quite a lot of them, but he wasn't playing every game.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing. I think we're now getting to a stage of the season where, unless he's going to play him at the end of this season for like the last few games when we've got nothing to play for in the league, but if it gets to a point where this last few games of the season we've got something to play for, and we're getting the Europa League towards the finals, where we're against, as I've said, possibly better teams. If he's not playing these games, he's never playing those games.
Yeah, these are the sorts of games you play in because, let's be real, the opportunities against easier teams don't really come often. We've had a lot of it, mainly because we're in the Europa League. Like, let's be honest, but we still haven't really utilised it in terms of giving youth players a chance.
No.
Like, because there's been plenty of other games where Hudson-Odoi should have been playing, or maybe Loftus-Cheek should have been playing. And now we're coming down towards that end of the season. Like we said earlier, the teams that we could be facing in the Europa League are only going to get tougher the further we progress. Yeah. The further we get into this top 4 race, especially with the teams that we have in April, games are only going to get tougher. We're only in 2 competitions now.
Yeah.
We need to be giving them game time now.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think if you look as well, like towards the end of the season, we've got United and Liverpool next month. Towards the end of the season, we've got, I know last game of the season, Leicester away. I don't know who else we've got towards the end of the season.
April is West Ham, Burnley, Liverpool and United. March is also, end of March is still away days at Cardiff and Everton.
Yeah, so I think there's not any of those games where Burnley, yes. Cardiff, maybe. Probably, yes.
Cardiff we should beat.
Well, I'm just thinking play. I'm just thinking against. So Cardiff, yes. Burnley, yes. West Ham, maybe. Apart from that, Leicester, I don't see him playing.
I'll level with you, but Cardiff, I don't really see him starting against any other team.
I don't see him starting. I honestly don't see him starting.
Even Cardiff is a stretch.
I don't see him starting at all. That's the worrying thing. But I'm thinking in terms of he should start against, at the very least, Cardiff, Burnley, West Ham probably. Leicester he won't. There's no point talking about it. Again, Liverpool, United he won't. Everton he won't. So it's getting worrying at this point.
I just want to know where Sarri's end game is with Hudson-Odoi.
So,
because let's be real, if Hudson-Odoi leaves in the summer, we're dickheads. Like, well, we're actually just dickheads because we see the same bullshit happen every year, and what do we do other than continue the same bullshit every year after that? Yeah. So, like I was saying, we need to buck the trends for once, and we need to actually go against what we want to do, which is not sack Sarri, but also in the case of Sarri, you need to play the youth players.
Yeah.
Because, let's be real, we have the best youth system, and Jody Morris has come out and said it, and John Terry's come out and said it. We just don't use them.
No. I think that's the main thing. But that's pretty much it in terms of lineup. We'll just go for it one more time. It's Caballero in goal, Alonso at left back, David Luiz and Christian at centre backs, and Azpilicueta at right back. Jorginho, Kante, and Loftus-Cheek. Kovacic, Kante, and Loftus-Cheek in the middle, and Giroud, Willian, and I'll be positive. I'll say Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, I'm hoping to.
There. But that's our lineup prediction. I think for us to end on is a score prediction.
Let's go 3-0. Should really just be walking over.
I agree with that as well. I think 3-0 is. It allows us to be comfortable in the second leg.
Yeah.
So I would say 3-0 as well. But that's it for your match build-up show. Sorry, it's a bit of a short one this week. Unfortunately, as I said, it's Kiev, not much to talk about. Follow all the social media links down in the description below. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. And click the notify bell next to it so you know when new videos are coming out. Where can they find you, mate?
Check out my channel, Carefree Lewis G. I just hit 1.3k. And we get to 2k.
Do that. You should definitely do that. And you can follow me at ScottyPage132. I finally changed my Twitter. And that's about it. We will see you tonight, technically when you're watching this, for Chelsea versus Kiev. That's it.